Well, it's very simple. I started off from a poor family with no education. And I began asking, why is it that some people are more successful than others? And I began to ask other people and to read and to study. And I spent my whole life researching the answer to that question. Why are some people more successful? And what we find is that there are specific reasons. And if you do what other successful people do, you get the same results. And if you don't, you don't. And so you can start from anywhere, any background, any nationality. But if you do what other successful people do, like physical fitness or mental fitness, you can soon get the same results. The turning point for me, that moment, was when I was struggling in sales. And I went to a top salesperson and I said, why are you earning 10 times as much as me? And he said, show me your sales method and I will give you some advice. I said, I don't have a sales method. He said, well, that's your problem. He said, selling is a science. It's like cooking with a dish in the kitchen or with a recipe. There's a formula to it. If you follow the formula, you make sales, and it has several parts. And if you don't make sales, except by luck. Well, that was the turning point in my life. And this was what I learned, is that you can learn anything you need to learn to achieve any goal you can set for yourself. And I teach that, and I've taught that for more than 30 years. You can learn anything you need to learn to achieve any goal you can set. If you want to become healthy or wealthy or raise happy children or build a successful business, you can learn how, which means there are no limits. And that was the big turning point in my life. From a very early age, I have been very persistent. And that's really the most important quality, because every successful person fails over and over again. You lose time, you lose money, you take bad jobs, you make bad investments, you start businesses that don't work, or you produce products that don't sell. So I have never thought about failure. And what I learned later was that successful people don't think about failure. If you say, what were your failures? They do not have an answer for you, because they can't think of having a failure.
Just learning.
But successful people have learning experiences. Painful learning experiences, expensive learning experiences, but I can't think of ever having failed. I've only had interesting learning experiences. And if you learn from each experience, you get smarter and smarter. And it's part of the process of education, of learning what you need to learn. It is impossible to succeed without failing first, and usually without failing many times.